Yo, what's up guys? I recently made a video where I went through the 5 best training packs to train if you want to be SSL. Now a lot of you were asking why there weren't any defense packs, and honestly, I think they need their own video. So without any further chit chat, let's do what we normally do and get straight to the content. Also guys, if you enjoy the content, subscribing to the channel would do me a huge favour because I'm trying to get to that 1k mark. Alright, enjoy the video guys. Alright, so the first pack to make the top 5 is wall power clears. I'm going to go through the top 5 from easiest to hardest, so I'd say this is definitely one of the easier ones to do, but it's always very useful to train no matter what your rank is. I always see my teammates at the highest rank being uncomfortable on the wall when the ball is hit at an odd angle or when it rolls or bounces the wrong way on the wall, so I don't think this pack ever really loses value. And even though it's named wall power clears, what I like to do in this pack, when it's possible, is actually clear the ball by taking control of it. This means that I'm actually training myself not to give away possession, but instead clear the ball properly and try and get in a good position to actually 50-50 afterwards, instead of just passing it back to your opponent. Now I'm not a huge fan of long packs, and this one is 50 shots worth of defense, which can be a little brain numbing. And since it's quite an easy pack, it does start to get a little tedious the more that you do it. That's why I really only jump into this one and do around 20 to 25 shots before I move on. A good thing to do is use Backboard and randomise the next shot that will be selected so you get a good variety of defensive shots instead of doing the same 25 or 50 in the same order. It can also help like crazy if you turn up the variance on Backboard, and that slightly changes each and every shot, and whilst it sometimes makes them completely unsavable, it does change it and make them more unique, so they're never really the same. Alrighty, the second pack that takes a top 5 spot is 10 defenses to master. Now this pack is great compared to the previous one as it's a little harder, it only has 10 shots instead of 50, and it still has a good variety to practice. There are some training packs that I like to do once I'm finished playing for the day, and there are others that I like to do to warm up. The smaller ones like this make for really good warm-ups because it's only 10 shots and it's very quick to do. It's going to reduce the chance that when you get in game, you backflip into your net instead of double jumping up to save the easiest shot in existence. I think this pack is fantastic to do if you're around Plat, Diamond, or even Low Champ, as it seems to be the kind of shots that you would get at those ranks. And I recently did a video where I played a game in every rank, so I've got a pretty good idea of what every rank is like to play in, and I'm telling you, if you can save these, you're definitely in the upper tier of players. So do yourself a favour, favourite the pack, see if you can hit all 10 shots, and if you can, then use it as a quick warm-up before your game. And if you're struggling to hit the shots, then maybe use it as a way to improve or practice, and maybe do it towards the end of your playing session. Now the third pack, which I've put in the top 5 defense packs, is simply called Saves. And it does exactly what it says in its name, and it gives you a metric ton worth of different saves to do. This pack is the middle ground for all Rocket League players out there. It's the peanut butter and jam between those two slices of bread. No matter what your rank is or what your goalkeeping skills are, this pack has a whole lot of shots that can put you to the test. It feels as though it gets harder the longer you play it, so I believe it does scale up a little as you progress, which makes it a really nice way to track your improvement in defense. This is definitely not a warm-up though, it's more of a late night, I want to be cracked tomorrow kind of training pack. It's one of those ones where you want to stick a stream on your other monitor and just fire away at them. It's long, it's pretty difficult, but it will improve your defensive skills without a doubt. Now there are a few of these saves that will require you to use a speed flip, and if you guys don't know how to do that, I'd recommend learning it, but just to explain it very quickly, you just diagonally flip and then cancel it, and it's kind of the fastest way to do a kickoff. And in order to make some of these saves, you do need to use that mechanic, so definitely worth learning for your games and for training. Alright, now we're on to the 2 hardest packs. Saving the best for last, as they like to say. This one is called Insane Defense, and let me tell you, it is not joking with the name. These saves are very difficult, and probably some of the more obscure shots that you're going to get in a game. Now, if you're training these packs, I'd take a guess and I'd say you're probably at least Champ, but most likely around Grand Champ. However, if you are lower ranked, I don't see any reason not to try both this pack and the last one which I'll show you, because who knows, maybe your goalkeeping skill is GC, but your overall gameplay is a little lower. At least then you'll know what you want to focus on with your training. But yeah, this pack is not for the faint-hearted. You've got to be fast, you've got to use different mechanics in order to make some of these saves, such as half flips, speed flips, and backwards aerial control, all of which you'll need to claim the ranks. This pack is also the perfect length. As I said before, I don't really like super long packs all that much, unless they are really useful or being used for prolonged training, and I'm not a fan of super short packs for anything other than warming up. This, however, it's only 20 shots, which I believe is the perfect number for custom training packs, and it's not too long, it's not too short, and there's plenty of different defensive saves to challenge you. So yeah, get this one on your favourites. Alright, now the final and last pack, which makes the top 5, is Backboard Defensive Reads. I believe this to be the hardest pack and some of the hardest saves that you can ever do in Rocket League. These are the saves which require you to read the backboard above you and make either a fast clear or 50-50 your opponent above your own goal. These kind of saves do happen often in game, and a lot of the time either you or your teammate is just going to sit there completely helpless as the enemy makes a double touch on your backboard. This pack was made by Torment, who used to be a pro player for C9, and I believe he's on V1 now, but don't take my word for that. You can really tell from the difficulty and quality of this pack that it really is just for the highest caliber of player. I would be super surprised if you could hit all 10 of these saves without screwing up, because these are the kind of saves that are for GCs and above, but if you can learn these no matter your rank, you're going to have a great time claiming MMR. This is by far my favourite, as I still feel I need to practice these saves in SSL, so I reckon you should probably get training them too. Anyway guys, that is the top 5 defensive training packs in Rocket League. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll put the codes in the description, and if you get the chance, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, it helps a lot. And yeah, good luck with your training.